You're watching NewsX. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. There are speculations about an alliance between Odisha's ruling party, Biju Janata Dal and BJP in Odisha. Lata Osendi has said that there may be a double-engine government over here, but she has not clarified whether or not BJP and BJD will form an alliance before the 2024 elections. Prime Minister Modi is also all set to visit Odisha's Jajpur district on the 5th of March. He will travel to Chandikhole, where he will lay the foundation stone of many new central government projects, after which he will also address a public rally over there. Now, in the past, there have been a lot of instances when the central government and the state government have collaborated for the benefit of the people, be it the cyclones that Odisha faces or even the pandemic. The two have stood together. So, in the face of that, we're putting forth a question about whether this is a soft alliance or is it something bigger. Joining us at this point is Satyabrat Panda, BJP spokesperson. We also have Dr. Hamid Hussain, Congress spokesperson, joining us live. Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, is live with us. Also with us is Sujit Kumar, Biju Janata Dal MP, Rajya Sabha. Well, let me begin with you first, Sujit Kumar. How do you react to these speculations of a possible alliance which is brewing between Biju Janata Dal and BJP?
See, as you have rightly said, listen, so we shouldn't read too much into it. And we'll go by what's in the best interest of the state. Honorable CM Navin Patnaik has always said that his priority is the development of Odisha and the betterment of the 4.5 crore people of Odisha. So whatever is good for the state and good for the people of Odisha, based on that, Honorable CM will take the call. The party president Navin Patnaik will take the call. So at this point, it's a speculation, and I wouldn't read too much into it.
Because recently also, Sujit Kumar, we saw how BJD supported BJP's nominee Ashwini Vaishnav,
Yes.
for the Rajya Sabha election. So that also perhaps is a sign of growing bonhomie.
No, see, the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister, they share excellent personal and cordial relationship. They both respect each other. They know each other for the last 25 years. In fact, when both of them were Chief Ministers, the bonding dates back to those days. And when talking of Ashwini Vaishnav's candidature and BJD supporting that candidature, it's purely again in the interest of Odisha, because Ashwini Vaishnav as railway minister has sanctioned maximum funds, and he has been great for the state. He has been, though he is representing BJP, but nonetheless he has been a good MP representing the state of Odisha. And then this is precisely why BJD decided to support him. So I think nothing much should be read into it. Of course, it was done purely based on what was best for the state of Odisha. Nothing political should be read into it. And that has no connection whatsoever to the purported alliance talk.
Okay, let me ask you though, Sujit Kumar, about the BJD's readiness now for the upcoming parliamentary election and Vidhan Sabha elections. How geared up is the BJD? How confident are you of a win again in Odisha in the assembly? And also, are you hopeful that you will do better this time in the Lok Sabha?
Absolutely on both the counts. In fact, we are always battle ready. In fact, we are always ready for elections, because the main agenda for BJD when we go to the people is development. We never do politics, caste, communal politics. Our entire agenda, plank on which the party and our voting campaign rests is the development of the state and the betterment of the people. So in 1990, the late Biju Patnaik, as the head of Janata Dal in Odisha, had won 123 out of the 147 Vidhan Sabha seats. And this time we are going to better it. In fact, we are expecting 128 seats in the Vidhan Sabha and close to 16 plus seats in the Lok Sabha. Now we are 12 out of 21 Lok Sabha seats in 2019, but in 2024 we'll exceed that number handsomely, and we won 112 of the 147 Vidhan Sabha seats in 2019. Again, we are going to better it by a wide margin. And that's because people of Odisha just adore Navin Patnaik. He has such fan following, such a larger than life image, that because he has been giving clean administration, he has been giving good administration for the last 24 years. You talk to anyone in Odisha, anyone in the village or town of Odisha, they will tell you that there is a remarkable transformation that the state has witnessed in the last 2 decades, and it's not empty talk or data. It's backed by data. It's backed by all Niti Aayog reports. It's backed by even World Bank, UN agencies commendations. So any independent survey will tell you this. So this is why people keep voting us again and again, and we are absolutely confident that people will still bless us again for the 6th consecutive term.
Yes. Also, Sujit Kumar, what is your personal view? Do you believe that an alliance will be in favor of your party?
See, I'm not qualified to answer this really, because as I've said, it's the party president, Honorable Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, who will take a call on this. And all I can tell you is that the decision will be made taking into account what is in the interest of the state, what is in the interest of the people of Odisha. So because that has been his guiding philosophy, that has been his siddhanta really for the last 2.5 decades. And every single political decision or otherwise that BJD or Naveen Patnaik takes is benchmarked against that single agenda, whether it's good for the state of Odisha, whether it's good for the people of Odisha. So based on that, a suitable decision will be taken by our party.
All right, let me take that across to Satyabrat Panda as well of the BJP. Satyabrat Panda, what is brewing between the BJP and BJD? Is an alliance in the offing?
No, I am not qualified enough to answer your question. That will be decided by at the highest level. But one thing is that the Honorable Prime Minister's decision, his love and affection for Odisha is well known, and everyone in Odisha has a strong belief in Mr. Modi's intention, and whatever decision he takes regarding alliance or no alliance, we believe, the people of Odisha believe that it is for the betterment of the state, and the development of state is at his heart, and accordingly he will take decision. So everyone, naturally, on 5th of March, the Honorable Prime Minister is coming to Odisha, and everyone is waiting for his decision. But as our state president, Honorable State President Mr. Manmohan Samal has stated it very candidly after coming from New Delhi at Bhubaneswar airport, there is no chance of any alliance, and BJP will fight the election at its own and have the majority and form the government, and that is the guideline for the party in the state of Odisha. We are prepared, and at the grassroots level our Karyakartas are ready for a fight. And as you know, from 2014 to 2019, in 2014, we had secured less than 15% of votes. And in 2014, we have secured 18%. And during 2019, that gave a quantum jump to 38%. And we are confident enough that in the coming election, we will touch the 50% mark and get a comfortable majority both in parliament and both in the assembly.
Okay, let me take that across to our other guests as well. Dr. Hamid Hussain of the Congress, come in here. Dr. Hussain, on what you believe could be the possible impact if this alliance does happen between the BJD and BJP on the upcoming polls, both the Vidhan Sabha and the MP elections, and what is the Congress's strategy for Odisha, Dr. Hamid Hussain? Are you hoping to do better this time around, or is Odisha looking tough for you?
And the dynamic leader, Sarath Patnaik has said that we'll, from 9 to 90 will reach. That is, the huge gap is there, and we have to come up to the expectation. We have to form the government. But I'll tell you one thing: the word you use is very important. That is bonhomie. Bonhomie is between BJP, BJD is all well known. In electoral alliance, you see the presidential elections or vice presidential elections or Rajya Sabha elections or speaker's elections. That goes on. And even no confidence motion also, they stood by, the BJD stood by BJP. Secondly, you must understand that, I must tell you that there is a parliamentary alliance also. Wherever there is a bill comes up, that BJD is all out to support BJP, whether it is farmers bill or this daily service bill or maybe CA bill, whatever bills, they're all out to. So their relationship is understood. They had an alliance earlier also, and now also there is a tacit and implicit understanding that is known. And it's very interesting to note that Congress celebrated all over the marriage alliances between BJP and BJD, all over the state with the directions of Sarat Patnaik. And there is no need of hiding the relationship. That understanding is there. And when he came to Sambalpur, this Honorable Prime Minister came to Sambalpur, he said Naveen Patnaik is a friend. And they refrained from attacking Naveen Patnaik. They refrained from attacking BJD. And BJD Supremo also doesn't attack Modi ji, despite a lot of failings, all fronts, whether it is frontal, in the safeguarding the front, national territory, where 4,000 kilometers has been captured by China. Whether it is Manipur also. In Manipur also, virtually they were all silent. Naveen Patnaik, who should have been a great statesman, he should have come out and said this is wrong. And at least I expected Draupadi Murmu, his tribal husband, should have said that they should have appealed for peace. On front of the economy, they are a disaster. The huge leap forward in terms of the loan. It is whooping from 50 lakh crores to has come to 2 lakh crores. MPI, HDI, wherever you see, there are per capita income that we are talking about is barely 50 per dollar. That is we stand at 142 and in the international terms. We are very lagging far behind. You see our population is about 140 crores rupees. In terms of proportionally if you calculate, our GDP should be 17 trillion tons. So we are just bragging that we'll be 305, 300. And I'll tell you, as far as MPI is concerned, multi-poverty index is concerned, is just going down. Now we are 138 in the entire world. So whatever you see, the economy is failing. You are unable to control our 28 lakh population of Manipur. What a disaster! How can we control 140 crores of people? So in these terms, the BJP should have been, if it is not in alliance in Bonomi, then it should have attacked the central government on this failing. But the BJP has failed to counter it, and there is a tacit and implicit understanding between them. And when does the alliance break this? When you are scary, you are fearful that unless until we have alliance, we are not going to form government at the center. That's where this Bharat Ratna, politics is going on, diplomacy is going on. Wherever you go, you're trying to give out Bharat Ratna. I'm not saying that they don't deserve. They deserve. There is no doubt about it. But why? The timing is wrong. You are giving Bharat Ratna to Karpuri Thakur ji, then after Charan Singh ji, and possibly you will give to BJP Patnaik. And let us not forget that BJP Patnaik is maximum time within Congress party, and he was the chief minister of Congress party, where he was the chief minister of the Congress party. Actually, a lot of development had taken place. But in Janata Dal, there is not much development. So another thing is that my friend from BJD was telling there is development in that. There is a collapse of the education system. There is a collapse in the health system. Total collapse across the state. You talk to people, graduate people, they don't know how to speak English. They can't properly speak. They can't answer questions. The questions this has gone down. The quality has gone down absolutely. And also the poverty level is very high in Odisha. It has not been able to come up. Now also we are at 27th position. Suppose there is development 25 years ago, we should have come to a 20th position or 15th position. Now also we are the most backward state, and there is no question of bragging up, saying that we are developing very fast. Thank you.
Okay, let me take that across to Himanshu Bhatt as well. Himanshu, what is your sense? Do you believe that there could possibly be, an alliance in Odisha? And what impact will this have? Will this serve interests of both parties, Himanshu? Is that what is going to be the result of the bonhomie between Naveen Patnaik and Narendra Modi as well? And Himanshu, what is your interpretation of the way Odisha is headed?
See, my interpretation, let me tell you one thing, what Dr. Amit was talking about, Dr. Hussain was talking about, I could not hear anything. All I could hear was, that economy is in doldrum and this and that and all. Nothing more than that. It was not clear. But let me tell you a couple of things. Whether alliance takes place or not, it's not going to do much of a difference. Because of two factors. One is both of them work on the development plan. That's number one. And number two is the aspirations.
if you compare the aspirations of Naveen Patnaik till now with that of some of the other state leaders, other states leader like Mamata Di, Arvind Kejriwal, or even Nitish Kumar and Lalu Yadav, there's a very, very big difference. That's number one. Number two is a development plan. Both of them work on that. And so, added to that, you have a bonhomie of two leaders, where it will lead to. And when you have state assembly and the center, if you see in the central elections, from 1 BJP came to 8. 14 in 2014, they were on one seat, they came to 8. In assembly, if you see the vote share, BJD had 45.2% votes and BJP had 32.8% votes. That means all other parties are redundant. Be it Congress, be it anyone else. Whether they like it or not, they will have to accept the fact that the voter is going to be the key and decisive even in 2024 elections. And I have a very strong feeling because I believe in Bharatiya voter. I do not believe in people talking against each other, politicking and doing things. But a Bharatiya voters votes very, very smartly. And where I see, whether there is an alliance or not, what's going to happen is people of Odisha are going to vote looking at both the governments functioning with each other in the last 5-10 years. Because there have been a vital support provided by BJD in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha whenever required. Similar way, Centre has let Naveen Patnaik function in his own state. When I look at this, I feel that the voter of Odisha is going to choose a local party in the state assembly and go in majority with the central party. This is what I foresee. And other parties are redundant. This is the word I'm using, redundant, because I was just going through the vote shares of the other parties in last 10-15 years and the way things have changed. And that's why, the center will keep doing its work of infrastructure development and logistics development and other things, whereas state will focus on the issues which they have done. And this Bharat Ratna thing, I think what I heard was, Bharat Ratna gimmick. It's not Bharat Ratna gimmick. This government has to do because the rulers before that never took trouble to recognize the national leaders of other parties. That is the problem. My friend, you will have to understand that. Karpuri Thakur was not a Congressee, so he did not get it. He deserved it, and so he was given. Similarly, Biju Patnaik does deserve it. See, there was a perception in our mind, we Indians. That's why always I say, India is becoming Bharat, recognizing the plurality, which you people never did. And that's why these things are very, very important, and one will have to understand that. And if they do it now, better come late than never. You will have to understand that. And then you will have to look at the politics of Odisha from that perspective, because this is the only state adjacent to it is Bihar. And see what's happening there. So much of ruckus. Whereas Odisha functions quietly. Yes, there are problems. In Bharat, every state has a problem. Because we have still not arrived there. There is going to be a problem. But then those problems are settled in a nice manner. Not just casting aspersion and acquisitions on each other. That is what I have to say. And that's why I feel, in Lok Sabha, it's going to be center that people are going to vote for. And in state assembly, it's going to be the local party that will hold the sway. Uday.
Okay, let me take that across to Sujit Kumar. Sujit, would you like to respond to the points raised by Himanshu, and also, you heard what the Congress's perspective on the alliance in the upcoming elections is?
I'm afraid I couldn't hear properly what Dr. Hussain was trying to say. His audio probably wasn't. He was not very audible, so
okay.
I couldn't really. I can't really respond to him except the fact that he said something about the health system collapsing in Odisha. My friend Dr. Hussain needs to travel to Odisha, to rural Odisha particularly, to see the transformation that has happened in the health sector, in the education sector in Odisha. Today we have something called 5T initiative, where every single high school, government high school in the state, is having the best of class infrastructure. Smart classrooms, e-library, laboratories. Similarly, every district headquarter hospital has dialysis center, has chemotherapy. The hospitals are getting transformed like never before. So I'm not sure what he was trying to point fingers at, but people of Odisha know what they are witnessing. Talking of Bharat Ratna, yes, I completely agree with Mr. Bhatt. This government, one needs to give kudos to this government, that they have completely transformed the way the Padma Awards and the Bharat Ratna is being given. Previously it was only people sitting in Delhi who could lobby with a particular family that used to get the award. Now grassroots people who are working the grassroots, who are someone who has donated blood 100 times, someone who has created a herbal garden, people, unsung heroes and heroines of this country today are getting recognized through the Padma Awards. And similarly, Mr. Swaminathan or Narasimha Rao or Karpuri Thakur, or for that matter, the great Chaudhry Charan Singh, they are rightfully recognized. And Biju Patnaik deserves it as much as anyone else. His contribution to the freedom struggle, his contribution to the movement in Kashmir and post-independent India is remarkable. So he truly deserves Ratna. And I think nothing politics should be seen in this. I mean, why should one question the timing? For the last 4 years, no Bharat Ratna was given. So if this year the government of India is deciding to give it to 5 or 6 people, so be it. And none can point fingers at, or none can find issues with Bharat Ratna being given to late Biju Patnaik. Well, it so happens that this is an election year, but it could be a coincidence. So I'll only reiterate what I said, that alliance is a speculation. In fact, just a couple of minutes ago, our spokesperson has issued a press release saying that this is a rumor. So there is no alliance. So that settles it, I guess. We are going to the polls, we are going to the people based on our good work over the last 2.5 decades, based on the clean image of Naveen Patnaik, and based on the stable governance that BJD has been able to give to people of Odisha. So that would be our, ask from the people.
Right. Satyabrat Panda, we are expecting the PM to be in Jajpur in Odisha in a couple of days from now. What all is on the agenda for that particular program, and do you believe that the PM does have a special connect with the people of Odisha, which could help you again in Lok Sabha, but also more importantly, do you believe in Vidhan Sabha there will be a better showing this time around?
No, I don't think so. I do beg to disagree with Mr. Bhatt because of two to three things. Number one is I can show a lot of data to you, but I will quote only 2 data. Number one is Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices. They have released a data where they have said that the average gross out the return over the cost of production for agricultural products, it is the lowest among the 7 to 8 paddy growing states in the country. The per hectare yield is the lowest. And thirdly, the contribution of Odisha for the national paddy production is also lowest among all the major paddy producing states. Number 2 data, second data I want to quote here is you have told about the rural health conditions. I want to say that you can go through the data that when per capita monthly expenditure in rural India is 3,773 rupees. I am repeating it, 3,773 rupees per capita expenditure per month in Indian rural life. It is only 415 rupees in Odisha. For urban area, per capita expenditure is 6,459. It is only 872 rupees. It shows how desperately the people want a change in the state of Odisha. I don't agree with the version that the people of Odisha are quite eager to welcome a government or going to support a government which is helping them or has a development in its agenda. Development has never been in the agenda of ruling BJD party of the state, and as we have told several times, with tax devolution and other central assistance and the investment by PSUs, Government of India's PSUs, it is 19 lakh crore rupees during last 10 years. But it was only 3 lakh crores rupees during the 10 years of the UPA regime. So it shows the sympathy, as the Prime Minister has repeatedly told. If the Eastern India doesn't develop at par with India, then a developed India, the dream of a developed India is not possible. And that's why he is trying to make Odisha the gateway of development for the Eastern India, and that the people of Odisha do understand. And regarding health system, I want to say that there is a nexus between the private health providers or private hospitals in the state and the government, by which hundreds and thousands of crores of rupees are being siphoned in the name of the people. The money is being directly handed over to the government. But on the other hand, if Ayushman project has been implemented in Odisha, an insurance company would have been there to checkmate this squandering of people's money. But that has not happened in Odisha. It generates corruption. It helps private hospitals at the cost of the poor taxpayers. And rightly you must have marked that since last 10 years, Odisha is the only state which enjoys a surplus revenue state. It is the only state since last 10 years without any break, continuously. That is due to the return from the mineral resources. And these mineral resources, they have earned the money and revenue from non-tax sources and expenditure on non-productive ways. That is the salient feature of this state government. And another important thing is that the state government, since last 15 or 20 days, you must be observing that every day, each and every local vernacular language newspapers, government is publishing 4 to 5 pages of colored advertisement in favor of the state government. It shows the desperation of the state government to face the election. And I think the state the BJD, for BJD, this coming election is not going to be a very easy work, and it will be a tough fight with BJP.
All right, let's leave it at that. My thanks to all of our guests. Yes, Dr. Hussain, quickly, 30 seconds.
No, I generally agree with Mr. Panda's observation about the state government, but he failed to say that, if they given so much statistics, instead of given statistics about HDI and, MPI and all that about the central government also, the central government is failing, and then selling up a public sector, 32 public sector are being sold. We created 365 public sector, they have sold up 32 public sector. Why are they selling if the economy is so good and all that?
Okay.
And in terms of, the unemployment, it is whooping 20 crores rupees every day. It is increasing, the unemployment. What is this? They're not the price rise and all that. So you have to see things in larger numbers, and he should also analyze the facts in regard to the central government, where everywhere they're failing.
All right, let's leave it at that. We've run out of time. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.